Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. So this is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika, okay? And this is what you should be watching. All right. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? No? Well, check it out, okay? And get back to me and let me know whether you liked it or not, all right? I am that friend or that family member that is always telling people about movies, right? I'll post about it, I'll text you about it, I'll tweet about it, I'll call you and tell you about it, or if we're in the middle of a conversation, I'm like, did you see this? Did you see that? And all of that good stuff, okay? So I decided that I would go ahead and make these what you should be watching videos and share it with you guys too, because now you are a part of the family, right? And so these are different movies, TV shows, no specific order, okay? All genres that I discuss. Sometimes I put it into different categories, such as, what I'm currently watching that I think is good, what I see that might be coming out soon that I think people might be interested in, right? Coming soon, soon come. Honorable mentions, which is basically I may be talking about one movie and that reminds me of another movie or an actress or actor that's in that movie. There's something else with them that I also think is good and may not have originally been on my list, but while I'm speaking on it, it comes to mind and I tell you about that too, all right? And then I have, if just in case if you were under a rock and you missed it, and I have sometimes 2 for 1s and what classics, okay, favorites, old school. Okay, so y'all get the point. And so today I am going to share with you guys, I think I have like about 20, and I made a mistake on my last video and said that it's usually between 5 and 10. I meant to say between 5 and 20. Okay, and again, sometimes you might see it where I'll put the networks together or the type of movies together, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way, right? It could be 5 and 5 from a specific network or 10 and 10, stuff like that, right? So that's basically the breakdown that I do. And today just so happens that I think I have about 20, but we'll see. And so I didn't originally have this on my list, so this is an honorable mention. By the time this video goes up, because it usually takes a minute for it to upload on YouTube, it may already be airing, but I actually just saw that this is coming on tonight at 8. There's something called Single Black Female that's coming on Lifetime, okay? And I'll be trying to support the black flick, so I'm going to probably check it out. And this one is Monica. She's looking for a fresh start as she tries to land a gig as the host of an afternoon talk show. She soon becomes close friends with her new assistant Simone, a deranged woman who plans to take over Monica's life for good, okay? And the name of that one is Single Black Female. Again, it's coming on Lifetime tonight at 8, but you know how Lifetime do. I'm sure they'll play it a few times just in case you may not have heard about that one and you want to check it out. You could go ahead and do that, okay? And this is what you should be watching, number 8, you guys, okay? There's 7 other what you should be watching up here. So just in case you don't see something in this one that you're interested in, maybe seen all the ones that I mentioned, check those ones out, and maybe something up there that you like, and everything that I say, I also put in the description, okay? And so the next one is Clickbait, okay? If you just so happen to miss that one, it's on Netflix. And it's basically when a family man, Nick Brewer, is abducted in a crime with a sinister online twist. Those closest to him race to uncover who's behind it and why. That was a very good one, y'all. All right. And then I have Selfless. I love this movie. I actually used to have it on DVD and I used to run it in the ground every time. I turned around and I got in the mood for it. And anytime it's on TV, I usually end up watching it. It's just one of my favorites. And so this one is a dying tycoon who has his consciousness transplanted into the body of a healthy young man, only to make a troubling discovery about the body's origin. Okay, and that is Selfless. Okay. Then we have Lawless, another one of my favorites that I can watch anytime, anywhere. Alright, and this is a true-to-life action saga that profiles the Virginia bootlegging Boudreaux brothers who exploits during the Prohibition era made them outlaw heroes. Okay, and that is Lawless. So if you've never seen that for some reason, check it out. Alright, then we have Netflix, right, is on now, just started. This is for 2022, called Home Team, right? A suspended NFL coach, Sean Payton, hopes to reconnect with his son by coaching his hapless youth football team in this family comedy based on a true story. All right, and that one is Home Team. That's on Netflix. You might be able to find the other two movies, Lawless and Selfless, on Netflix too. I'm not too sure. I think I remember seeing them up there before. They're not Netflix movies, but you know sometimes Netflix does have other movies that's not made from them, and so you know you can check there for that. And then also coming from Netflix, also just released In From Cold, right? And this is an exposed as an ex-Russian spy, an American single mom must juggle family life and unique shape-shifting skills in battle against an insidious enemy, right? So check it out, y'all. Then I don't know. I know everybody doesn't do scary, but just in case you do, and just in case you're into zombie movies, they have something called All of Us Are Dead, also coming from Netflix, also new to Netflix, right? Just released. And this one is, if you ever seen the Train to Busan, this reminds me of that. It's Korean, but they do have the English dub. And they do very good with these, okay? Right now, I know they're supposed to be remaking Train to Busan, and I'm like, why? Like, you didn't need a remake for it. But whatever, you know, America most of the time does a lot of remakes. But this one is about a high school that becomes ground zero for a zombie virus outbreak, and their trapped students must fight their way out or turn into one of the rapid infected. So that one was good. I finished that whole series, okay? I binged it. Then we have Scream, of course, right? The Scream movies, if you know about those and if you're into them. That's now out in theaters, right? And 25 years after a streak of brutal murders shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro, you know, a new killer dons the ghost face mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers. So again, that Scream, if you was into the old Screams, and you might want to see that one, right? We also have out in theaters now the 355, which is an all-star cast with my girl La Pizza. Anything that she's in, I always want to check it out. And it says, when a top secret weapon falls into mercenary hands, wildcard CIA agent Madison will need to join forces with the rival badass German agent Mayer, former MI6 ally, computer specialist, and Khadija, a Colombian psychologist, on a mission to return it. And so, like I said, anything with La Pizza, I'll be trying to support my girl. That sounds good. Okay. Another one that I like is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Alright, just in case you missed that one, you may want to check it out. And this is an actor named Rick Dalton, gained fame and fortune by starring in a 1950s western, but now is struggling to find work. He spends most of his time drinking and palling around with Cliff Booth, his best friend and stunt double. Rick also happens to live next door to Roman Polanski and Sharon Tate, whose futures were forever altered by members of the Manson family. Okay, and that one was pretty good too, you guys. And then I have Mobtown. Alright. In 1957, the FBI and local cop tracked various members of organized crime families as they gather for a huge meeting in upstate New York. Okay? And then going along the same type of genre with, you know, mobster type of thing, The Irishman, okay? In 1950s, a truck driver, Frank Sheeran, gets involved with Russell Rutherford and his Pennsylvania crime family as Sharon climbs the ranks to become a top hitman, and he also goes on to work with Jimmy Hopper. Okay, so I like my little crime movies and my mobster movies. And then you have Spider in a Web, right? And this is good too. This one is Adrift is an agent spy who is on one last mission to redeem his life and career before the clock runs out. But when the lines of trust begin to blur, he soon realizes that the hunter may become the hunted. Okay, and these two that I'm about to name actually both have Ben Kingsley in it. and I like him. And he's also in the one that I said, Selfless. So it's 3 movies up here that have him in there: Selfless, Spider in a Web, and now Night Hunter. Night Hunter is about a police lieutenant and his entire force of vigilante becomes caught up in a dangerous scheme involving a recently arrested and troubled man who is linked to years of female abductions, okay? And I really like that one, you guys. Then we have the Postcard Killings. A New York City detective investigates the death of his daughter who was murdered on her honeymoon in London and discovers the existence of a serial killer, okay? And then we have The Hunt, alright? 12 strangers wake up in a clearing. They don't know where they are or how they got there. In the shadow of the internet, conspiracy theory, and ruthless people, they gather at a remote location to hunt humans for sport. But their master plan is about to get derailed when the hunter, Crystal, turns the tables on them and pursues them. Okay, and that one was a good one, y'all. Then, just in case you were under a rock and you missed it, okay, this coming from Netflix, another foreign one, but it's very good. You do have to read the subtitles. Parasite, okay? Greed and class discrimination threaten the newly formed symbolic relationship between the wealthy Park family and the destitute Kim clan, okay? So, y'all might want to go ahead and check that out if you haven't already and for some reason you missed it. That is a good one. The next one I have is The Watchmen, okay? That came on HBO with my girl Regina King. If you just so happen to miss that for some reason or you wasn't too sure whether you should watch it, this is so good, you guys, okay? And it's based on a graphic novel. The Watchmen takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 34 years after the original story, after a white supremacist attack on the local police department, which leaves on the beat. Laws are passed that allow cops to hide their identities behind masks. One of the cops, Angela Abar, adopts the identity of Sister Night and fights racists while dealing with the decades-long legacy of the vigilantes. This was so good. And one thing I noticed about Regina King and a lot of the projects that she chooses, a lot of them also incorporate things that actually happen, things that we're actually dealing with in history. And I love that about her. It was a lot of people that apparently didn't know about what happened in Tulsa, and so this was kind of eye-opening for them. And anything that sheds light on history, I am definitely here for. I myself, I did hear about it before, but then it still like opened up some other things that I didn't necessarily know. And just the fact that it was bringing awareness to a lot of other people that may have not known the story, I love that about that. And as I'm talking about that, I'm actually now getting a reminder of another show, okay? So honorable mention, this was not on my list originally, but also if you have never seen Lovecraft County, that also came from HBO, that's something that they did in there as well, and so check it out if you have not seen it. And then we are going to have Reacher, okay, on Prime. And so if you know the Jack Reacher movie with Tom Cruise, is it Tom Cruise? Yeah, Tom Cruise. Then you have an idea of this, right? This is a show that's based off of that. And so it says Jack Reacher, a veteran military police investigator, has recently entered a civilian life when he is falsely accused of murder. And I enjoyed this, you guys. It was good. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm so accustomed to Tom Cruise playing this part. It was a little weird seeing this guy. He's definitely different from Tom Cruise. But it also was a different type of spin to it or whatever the case may be. And I enjoyed it. I thought that they did a good job in telling the story. They give you a little bit of his background and how he got started and all of that kind of good stuff. So I was okay with that. And I don't want to say too much more than that because I don't give spoilers. Okay, I'll give you guys the general synopsis and what you would probably see if you was looking at the trailer. And again, if you watch any of these and you do find them to be good, come back and tell me about it, okay? Another one that I have here is Raised by Wolves, okay? That is from HBO. The new season started February 3rd. I like the first season. I believe this is the second one now. It's created by Ridley Scott. And the second season, of this sci-fi series, Raised by Wolves, follow two android partners and their six human children as they join a new colony and navigate the changes of their new surroundings. Okay, so again, that's two androids that's raising six children. It's quite interesting. Okay. And then we have Suspicion, okay, coming from Apple, and that's came on February 4th. Suspicion tells the story of a prominent American businesswoman, Uma Thurman, okay, whose son is kidnapped from a New York hotel. Four British citizens become suspects and strive to prove their innocence. Sounds interesting. I don't know, but y'all might want to check that out, okay? And the last one I am going to mention is also going to be on Netflix February 11th. So that is coming soon. Soon come. All right. And that is called Inventing Anna. And that is the latest series to come from Shonda Rhimes. Okay. Shonda Rhimes has a deal with Netflix. Ava DuVernay has one. And I believe Courtney is also going near the one that did Power. She has some kind of deal with them too, so it's going to be interesting to see what these ladies are going to be bringing to Netflix. So this is the latest series from her, and it is Inventing Anna. Is inspired by the real life story of Anna Delvey, a woman who posed as a German heiress in NYC and conned money out of the people around her. Okay. So, you guys, I think that is our 20. I mentioned, what was it? I'm sorry, y'all. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right names, okay? Because sometimes I can't remember stuff. So, I mentioned Single Black Female. That was just an honorary mention. That was coming on tonight at 8, all right? And on Lifetime. And then I mentioned to you guys what was already on my list, which was Clickbait from Netflix. The movie Selfless, the movie Lawless, okay, Hometown, a series on Netflix, and In From the Cold on Netflix, okay, All of Us Are Dead from Netflix, Scream out now in theaters, the 355 in theaters, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is a movie, Mobtown, another movie, The Irishman, another movie, which by the way I have to say that's a very long movie, and Spider in a Web movie, Night Hunter is a movie, The Postcard Killings is a movie, The Hunt is a movie, Parasite is from Netflix, and The Watchmen from HBO with Miss Regina King, Reacher out now on Prime, Raised by Wolves out now on HBO, Suspicion on Apple, and Investigating Anna is coming soon come February 11th on Netflix. And again, if you guys like anything from the list, you watch it and you enjoy it, please come back and let me know. If it's anything that you know that I should be watching, please make sure that you tell me in the comments, okay, so I could go ahead and check that out and let everybody else know about it as well. Okay, guys? So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time, toodaloo.